But
I was invited to the Bandai Namco EU headquarters.
Hello, Forsen. I hope you haven't said no more further links,
felt
clueless.
amazing, and after playing the
Not
game
yet.
and talking to the developers, it's clear that they've made changes to the game to make it more aggression based. There's a lot to go over.
more aggression based. What does that mean? Does that mean less on block? I suppose that's the only thing I can think of.
For this system overview, so let's get straight into it. Ladies and lads, Tekken 8 system overview. So first up, let's go over the general system changes for Tekken 8. Number 1, running tackles no longer exist. I suppose that was a change made to prevent people getting an advantage by being too far away, because in Tekken 7, if you're far away enough from your opponent and you run in, you do a plus on block running tackle, which is actually a power crush as well. So it gives you a little bit of an advantage. In past Tekken games before Tekken 7, it was actually an unblockable, but now...
Honestly, that seems very aggressive to me. Removing that, right? I mean, it's a little bit foolproof, I guess.
if you were to run in on your
There's a difference between aggressiveness and foolproofness.
opponent, you'll just stop right in front
Like
of
no punish.
Number 2, forward into hold forward actually makes the character run now. Now this was a little bit weird for me to get used to at first, but it makes it much easier to approach and do running moves. But don't worry, it doesn't make it possible to do instant running. I think this was just a change to allow people who are new to the game to perhaps be able to get in much easier. So forward into hold forward will give you a run. Number 3, wall bounces no longer exist.
Wait, I am so confused. Isn't that how you run in Tekken? Forward into hold forward. Forward and then forward hold. Forward, forward hold. Oh, they're saying just once. You just press it once and hold. Oh.
Exist in Tekken. Now this is from what we saw. We played a lot of different characters and it doesn't seem like any of them had wall bounces. Now wall bounce was added into the game.
Yeah, that's fair,
Places
honestly.
at
Like good
Tekken
players
7,
are just gonna
and then
tap
eventually
anyway.
Everybody got one.
If they
I
don't wanna run,
think
they're
they
just gonna
exist
tap.
anymore in Tekken. Next up, we've got a big one. Get up kicks no longer knock you down, even on counter hits. This is a huge change made to prevent players being scared to approach the opponent on the floor and be more aggressive. I'm personally happy with this one as I got hit by these a lot, so you're not going to be knocked down anymore, not going to be launched by running into a get up kick. Ladies and lads, the next one is a massive change, maybe even the biggest. Magic 4s no longer launch on counter hit. This is a huge change. Magic 4s have always been an incredible answer to aggressive play, and now they've been changed. In order to get a Magic 4 counter hit launch, you now have to commit to a full string, like Laws 4-3. But doing that puts you at risk of getting ducked and launched. So there's now more risk to throwing out a Magic 4. Now I don't know how you're going to feel about this. Some people will be happy, some people will be upset. But this will definitely force a player to play more aggressive and actually encourage them to play more aggressive. You're no longer scared of getting hit by an 11 frame, 12 frame count hit launcher. You can throw out those down forward ones, you can be more aggressive, and you won't get hit too badly. Now this one is going to shock you. It might actually make you laugh as well, because it made me laugh. Right, here we go. Rage arts are now minus 13. Yes, you heard it correctly. You heard it right. Rage arts are no longer launch punishable. Now, this is from what we tested with some of the characters, and I don't know if this is going to remain.
Honestly, that's how it should have been from the start. Because I was shocked when I started Tekken that your ultimate could be so punished. It should be because you can only do it once, right? This is how it should have been from start.
The way it is. But definitely a 100%, no mistakes. The rage arts were not launch punishable when we played the game. So I wonder if that is again a change they've decided to make to prevent players from being scared to throw it out. I think they want players to throw it out and not be punished too hard for it. Either way, rage arts still do a lot of damage, and yeah, they're not going to be punished too heavily now. The next change is a small one, but it's still quite significant. Spring kicks no longer knock you down on hit. And I think this makes sense now given the other changes, because as you know, they've already nerfed get up kicks, so they're nerfing spring kick as well. They really want players to be able to approach their opponent on the floor without being scared to get hit by a get up kick or a spring kick.
Bro, these special effects are so annoying though. Like, you're trying to look at your fucking health after getting kicked in the face, and there's like a fucking flamethrower covering your shit, right?
Get up kick or a spring kick. The next change is something we anticipated. Low parries no longer give combo extenders like tailspin unless you use the heat burst. Now this makes it so much less risky to use lows, because in Tekken 7, even using a relatively safe low, or even a safe one, can lead to 50% of your health being gone. So this is definitely a welcome change. Now this one you guys already knew, but chip damage now exists in Tekken, but it leaves recoverable health. Now one thing you might not have known though, is that when you're in rage, that chip damage is much less. And as the developers already said, you cannot actually die from chip damage. So there you have it. Here are the changes from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8 that I was able to identify from playing the game. Now I didn't go over heat system because we're going to be talking about that later in a separate part.
I think chip damage is stupid.
But before that, let's go over the things that still exist and are the same between Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. So number 1, flip over Oki still exists. So moves like Asuka or Jun's forward 2 will still flip you over when you're on the ground and force you into another mix-up. Now I'm sure you'll be pleased to know, but throws are very much similar to Tekken 7. You can break generic grabs with 1 or 2, and the throw break window felt really similar to Tekken 7. Overall, it felt pretty easy to break grabs. Now I know if I don't mention this, I'm going to get a million dislikes on this video, so I might as well mention it right now. Ladies and lads, the movement feels very similar to Tekken 7. Like honestly, it felt very fluid, and it might be either the same as Tekken 7 or even better. I noticed that some characters still had different backdashes, but in general, the movement felt good. And I think that if we want to know if it is actually better than Tekken 7, we'll have to wait and do some framework, see how the backdash is and see how the sidestep is and everything. But in general, it feels really good. Next up, combo extenders are still a thing. Now Tekken 7 combo extenders were from moves which had forward momentum and was called the tailspin. In Tekken 8, the combo extenders have an upwards motion and feels more like a tail flip. The moves launch you upwards and allow you to connect moves a lot easier. Because of the upwards momentum of the tail flip, it means that you get less wall carry, but it's a lot easier.
It's easier for noobs to follow up because they don't have to move their character so much.
And as you can see in this example,
they're trying to bring in the casuals
to get a wall splat.
We're trying to bring in the casuals, which is the right play, I think. Like me. Yeah, I mean, and all of this is like everything that he said in this video, pretty much that they changed are things that I was like, why is it like this? You know, when I started playing, like moving, like fast dashing in the middle of the combo, getting punished for your fucking ultimate that you can do once per round at very low health instead of it being like a foolproof mechanic because it's only once per round. So I think they're doing it for to bring in more casuals, and I would love for the scene to be bigger because that means that I don't get stream sniped every fucking game by Smurfs. Because it's only me and them playing.